Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the YgoPro duel video. New magician cards, 2 new continuous, well at least 3 new continuous spells for magicians. And they can also be used for dark magicians, since they are kinda good. These 2 new continuous ones, left hand, well magician's left hand and magician's right hand, when they are both continuous spell cards. And when you control a spellcaster type monster, doesn't really matter, any dark magician for example, the first either spell or trap from your opponent will be negated. The effect will be negated. So in case of right hand, the first spell card of your opponent that he will activate will be negated and destroyed. And the same for the left hand. Left hand negates the activation, well, negates the effect and destroys the cards if it's a trap card. And then the quote-unquote searcher, which is Magician's Encore, when it's sent to the grave either from your deck or from your hand with something like the new Foolish Burial or the Apprentice Illusion Magician, for example. You can immediately search either one of those left or right hand from your deck and add it to your own hand. Magician's Encore also has a reborn effect, is also a continuous spell card by the way, reborning level 3 or lower spellcaster type monster from your graveyard. So you could reborn your Magician's Rod for example, but not really too great. But you can also reborn a Yaugen, a Jogen is also a possibility. So it's up to you if you want to main deck, or Veiler. Veiler is also something that you can reborn. But yeah, let's see a few example games. Alright, first duel against Dark Lords, indeed, and I get to start, so immediately activate the one of Foolish Burial of Belongings to send that Encore to the grave, to immediately search out the right hand, indeed. I'm not playing the left hand, right hand does negate spells, so, well, yeah, the only downside, if it's a downside, is that you need to control a face-up spellcaster on your side of the field, but it's a nice out against Twin Twister. You know Twin Twister is like one of the biggest enemies against Dark Magician to get rid of your Dark Magic Circle, your continuous spell card. But yeah, again, I believe I was able to win this one because the opponent was not able, at least he could have activated his desires, but it would have been negated and he had didn't really have any further options. And yeah, also forgot to hold down the A button, you know, triggering the Eternal Soul at the end of main phase 2, so I would have been able to banish his Kuribo, but anyway, next duel. Again, have a good hand. That Magician's Rod, being a spellcaster, does prevent my opponent from using something like Twin Twister. Well, he could use Twin Twister, but the effect would just be negated. It's also good that it does not negate the activation, but it does negate the effect, so you can just like use something like Navigate or Eternal Soul as a chain on your opponent's Twin Twister, and then you control a face-up spellcaster type, and then a Twin Twister will fizzle. So that's something to keep in mind. And here have some nice control over the game. Yeah, the problem with Dark Magician still is that there are somewhat inconsistent. Again, the problem still, it's still the same problem. You know, not opening with Rod or slash circle. Is still a big problem for Dark Magicians, and these new magician cards don't really quote-unquote solve this problem. Okay, you can definitely tag or play them and they will just make your good hand better, but they don't solve, like you see here. I have 2 Encores in my hand, and they don't really solve your bad hands, so I'm probably going to drop 1 Encore from the main deck. 2 seems okay, seems enough. You can just send them to the grave with something like Apprentice Illusion Magician or Foolish Burial, for example, if you opt to run that. I do draw into the Apprentice, which I think we knew due to Circle earlier. But yeah, again, run into Strike. Strike is a problem. Left hand could be an option for that, but again, not really too trap heavy, this format bar a few floodgates. And here, okay, I get to start against ABCs. This is good. The opponent already activating the Twin Twister, and here is where the right hand comes into play, negating the Twin Twister. Since I do control, at the moment of resolution, I do control a spellcaster type in the form of my Dark Magician and or Illusion Magician, so that's good. Illusion Magician immediately searching out the Dark Magician. I believe the 3rd copy due to the Allure in hand. Get the Rod back from my grave, and that's game over. You know, if Dark Magicians open well, it all works out fine. You know, the deck starts rolling, but the chances of breaking or like opening with a very subpar opening hand is still, the chances of that are still a bit too high if you're playing Dark Magicians. But Anyway, so I'm able to end with that red ice flare metal dragon, so the opponent will get burn damage, and that's game over. I believe the last tool against Blue Eyes, the opponent gets a start. It's an okay start, I guess. Normal summon his level 1 tuner and set him on back row. So I was thinking, okay, possibly a strike or whatever. So normal summon Rot, get the search effect. First activate right hand, so just in case if it's a twin twister, I should have this game in the bag, right? If it's a twin twister. The opponent, he can activate his Twin Twister, but the effect will just be negated, so I can use Circle, maybe get an extra card from my deck to my hand, hopefully a Dark Magician, but in this case, again, no Dark Magician, and it was a Wing Blast, so that kind of blows Wing Blast. Okay, Blue Eye still does play Wing Blast, but yes, now I'm just too far behind. He does have a huge Beastic, and we know that Circle was on top of my deck, and sadly no Dark Magician, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I do have Eternal Soul and the Magician's Navigate in my back row, but yep, no Dark Magician, and yeah, with all these searches, still no Dark Magician, but that happens. That's still the biggest weakness of Dark Magicians in general, consistency. 3 Allure is definitely needed, but I'm hesitant on adding Desires to the main deck, banishing 10 cards in this particular deck, not really sure about it, but those extra cards can definitely help. But these new cards, these Magician's cards, definitely main deck worthy in Dark Magicians. Okay, guys, feel free to leave feedback, deck suggestions, they are all welcome. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. LithiumSani out. Peace.